So as you know, I'm in Mallorca and we've been doing loads of different rides, loads of different climbs, different paces, and I just wanted to talk to you today and give you some tips or give you some idea about how I pace. And that can be, so for example, these last few days we've done one big climb like Secalabra, and then we've also done a day where we've done 2 or 3 separate climbs. And I just want to explain how I actually pace it all, as when I'm going to do like an absolute all-out effort like I did up Secalabra, or whether it's just going to be kind of a steady-ish pace all day. So there's mosquitoes everywhere. And the main reason how I pace this is through my power meter. So I've talked about it before, but a power meter for me is just such an important tool to be able to there's a mosquito there, it's going to get me. To be able to pace all day. And so on the day of Secalabra we did quite a lot of elevation to get there. So there's a big climb, you have to go up Flaminia and you have to do loads of other climbing to actually get to it, to even attempt it. So the way that I do it is I just look at my watts and I know what I can do at an all day pace, and when I'm going to do the actual all out effort I know what my numbers are and what I can hold for a certain number of time. And that's just come through years of using a power meter and doing FTP, which is functional threshold power tests, so that I know my numbers, I know what I can push, I know where I'm going to end up just completely blowing out and not being able to ride and actually have to like stop on the ride and maybe not even finish it. So that's how I would do that. And then, oh my god, there are mosquitoes everywhere. Sorry, I have to be quick. So can you see it there? Go, leave me alone. I'm covered in mosquito bites, by the way. And then the other time I would use power meter for a long day out is like yesterday. So we did 3 efforts. We did 3 different climbs, sorry. So we did, they were called Orient, Honor and Puig Major. Sorry, this is really distracting. But I do want to get this filmed. So yeah, we did those 3, and on the first 2 I was very steady. I just looked at my watts, kept it really steady, really low, just spinning the pedals. And then for Puig Major, I think that's how you say it again, please correct me if I'm wrong, that was a 15k climb, which is about 1,000 meters. And for that I was looking at my wattage, but I actually pushed it a little bit and gave it a bit of oomph, I think. Not too much because I knew it was a long climb, and so I just kind of went steady, but I knew I wouldn't blow out. And I think sometimes if people don't have power meters, that's what happens. If you're not able to monitor your power and you're just kind of going by feel, because feel I don't think always works, because some days you can feel really good and feel like, oh yeah, I can hold this for an hour, when in reality those numbers are way too high at the start. It's like with runners. If you are an avid runner and you will be looking at your average kind of running pace, so either like time per kilometre or per mile. So like if it's 10 minute miles and you know you can hold that for like a marathon pace, you don't go above that, you stick to that. And that's just the same kind of thing with a power meter. So it's just kind of that kind of technology on a bike. Yes, it is more expensive, they're about £300-400. Sorry, I'm actually getting eaten alive. So yeah, that is how I would pace. And then today we did a short one, went up to Fermenta, and I smashed up the first little section of it. I know there's some downhill to recover, and I think a lot of it is getting to know your own body and what you can handle and how hard you can push. And I think there are so many times where I bonked or run out of food, or my legs just couldn't handle anymore. And I think it's just from years of doing it. And I know that's not a great kind of tip just by saying just go and ride for 2 years and have some really horrible times on the bike, but it's almost, you need to know where your limits are and how you push past that, and know when your body needs to rest and when you know you can push on. So I think that would be the add-on, is that you just need to listen to your body sometimes, but also having that objective data is also important to be able to ride all day. And I use these paces not just for a climb of 40 minutes or 30 minutes. I do it for an all-day pace for an Audax. So I look at my watts, and if I think I'm going too hard uphill, I'll just pull back a little bit, because I know I've got a long ride to do. And so I think it's important for me to have, I like having a power meter. It's not just for professionals, it's for me. I think it's a really great tool, especially for Audax, especially for pacing up climbs. I think that's pretty much it, because I am actually getting eaten alive, so I'm going to go. But if you've got any questions about pacing, about power meters, about putting efforts, about all day pace, and leave them in the comments below. I will answer them. I will get to them, and I may even do a separate video on that, on like a Q&A. So if you have got any other questions that you want answering from me, post them in the comments below, and I will see you next video. And I'm going to go inside now so that I don't get eaten alive any more from the mosquitoes. One downside of Mallorca is the mosquitoes. So right, I'm going to go. I will see you next video.